First things first, I love that there is queer representation in horror, and I'm glad to see more of it, which was a big interest of me checking out this film. But overall, I was a little disappointed. I'm going to tell you all why. Let's jump into the review of the new film, Hypochondriac. What's up, folks, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the film Hypochondriac, which made its world premiere at South by Southwest 2022. Now, you know what that word is. You know the definition. It's a person who is abnormally anxious about their health. Which I was like, oh, wonder how does that all going to intertwine with the film and whatnot. And we'll talk about it in a second, but my first just quick reactions of the film was just kind of like, I'm a little bored over it. It had good parts, it had good moments. It had good reasons to be of interest, but it was just, I don't know, it just never really landed spot. It just kept throwing the dark, but you never really got inside the scoring zone. First off, I start off with Zach Villa, who's your lead in this, who was just recently in Archive 81, which is a fantastic series you should check out on Netflix. But he is a young Hispanic gay potter. And he is definitely having some struggles, both currently and of the past. Him as a kid, his mom tried to kill him. And she is sick, put into a mental institution. But he's still dealing with that. I mean, that's really hard and difficult to think about, that the person that birthed you is trying to kill you. And that's definitely has created a ton of trauma for him growing up. Hard to make connections, even with his boyfriend. And he's sort of self-destructive at times. And this is causing all types of issues for him. Connections with his dad, connections on his job, connections with his boyfriend. But he is truly trying to get help. Like, he's not just being content with it. He's seen a doctor, he's seen a therapist, he's seen a psychologist. He's done it all, trying to figure it out. And everybody's saying, hey, you're good, And with that, it's because a lot of the trauma from the past is creating all sorts of different effects right now. Some hallucination, some what else can I say? Some physical harm. And again, he's just being really self-destructive. He's not able to make healthy connections with anybody that he's around. So with that being said, I will say that, like, I thought, this is a strong build. The beginning of this film is really good, especially the scenes of when he was 12 and his mom was trying to kill him. Like, the opening was just really was good. But with this, he's like being tormented by a wolf of some sorts, and we do actually see the wolf. So, like, while there is like the idea of him having hallucinations, we as the viewers see the wolf, which I thought the practical wolf that they show, there may be something symbolic about the reason of using a wolf. I didn't quite understand. But I would have used another monster, and I absolutely would have used another. I would have used a monster that would have actually made the viewers feel kind of fearful, which I think would have helped in terms of really understanding what our lead is going through. And I think because we don't really get that, I think we're kind of just also in like a disagreement in terms of, is he really hallucinating, or is he really being traumatized by this? Because if it looks scary, we are more inclined to feel for his protection. Did not look scary. It absolutely looked like some type of Chuck E. Cheese like costume. Instead of it being a mouse, being a wolf. Like, for real. But as I said, with that also too, he's also receiving voice memos from his mother, which are truly cryptic, which are pretty much kind of clues in terms of helping him decipher what he's going through. And that's what I thought, that where the film was actually selling its best was sort of like towards the end of this film, you were getting this dynamic between mom and son, who they both have suffered and have had lost in this, and them two together really was where, like, as the viewers, you feel the tension. You kind of like, oh my god, what's going to happen next, and who is what, you know, and yeah. But just, I don't know, with the practical effects with the wolf, I don't know, the wolf creation just threw everything off, and that was because that was just always in the background and whatnot. And I don't know, I just, whatever the symbolic factor is, I guess somebody let me know, but I don't know. But with that being said, Zach's performance I thought was pretty strong. I would say in parts that he definitely left room for more, because while we are kind of going on this emotional roller coaster with him, I feel like there was times where he peaked really strong in scenes, and there was times I was like, he could have poured a little bit more in there, because I think the way how the horror works in this film is by making the viewers feel sorry for him, and at times you kind of did, at times you kind of just like, oh boy. But you know, more or less, like, do you feel sorry for him, or is this kind of like a pathetic cry, you know? And it's really, to be like honest, this I'm only strictly speaking about the film. I'm not speaking about anybody who may be dealing with any type of mental health issues. But I think that for the film purposes, I think it was truly important for the viewers to really have to connect with the mental battles that he was struggling, to really be able to, it's, you know, to connect with these unexplained symptoms that he's having, and for us to kind of go down this journey as well too. Like, dang, I hope he gets help. Dang, I hope he can like fix it with his mom. Hope he can figure out what he's being tormented by, and why is he being tormented by. Why is his past becoming a factor? And like, even when he has to go back to his childhood house, his mom's house, in order to decide, because he lives with his dad, you know, you think some of these moments will be really built up tension. And I think the reason why when he does go back is so good because of how much they built up in the beginning. But this whole middle chunk of of life as an adult struggling in the world, you know, it's difficult a little bit. And his mom, who's bipolar, who's been gone for 10 years, and she comes back into the film, and like, she just instantly makes an impact to me. So I don't know. With that being said, I keep forgetting Zach Villa's character, Will. You know, I just would have liked a little bit more consistently with this character to really help with it, because like, it introduced a lot of good thoughts. It even had some good moments, but just kind of was like, okay. So like, yeah, the whole idea, I think it's okay, but like, the wolf thing is just really throwing me off. And I even think the conclusion of it was kind of like, I get the message to be told here, because I keep going to stress that Will is self-destructive, and even when there's good in his life, he somehow seems to want to connect with like the trauma, and he's kind of like unwilling to forget the past or move on from the past. And I think, like, I get the whole symbolic moment in a minute, I just don't get why the wolf is there just haunting him and whatnot. And I don't know. You guys let me know, I said. But I will also say that this film absolutely does not reinvent the wheel. It truly uses all sorts of different concepts and plot points from other films, like, and I don't think it was bad at all for that, but it just definitely doesn't try to do anything unique. It's all connecting factors of other things you have watched, so you're going to feel very familiar with it, which is a little bit of the issue too, because you can get bored because it's like, oh, this again, you know. So that's what I'm saying, like, things could have been heightened in this film that could have really make this film excel a lot better. So, but this is a film, Hypochondriac, that, you know, I think folks check it out. I'm very curious to know what folks feel like the whole symbolic factor with the wolf is, and ultimately their thoughts on the conclusion here. I'm keeping it non-spoiler so you all can check it out, because I do have some thoughts, but I'll just chill on it for now. But yes, totally jump in the comments, let me know your thoughts about this film when you do check it out, and as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.